Tommy, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Good. So we got to meet at BB King's the other night, and I found out something fascinating. It's your wedding anniversary this week.
It is, and me and my wife were just talking about it before we came on the cruise, and it's like, when's our wedding anniversary? It's like, oh, it's this week.
So you'll be at sea, and I know they have like a jewelry store on board and fun things like
Yeah.
that. So
Well, I did really good just a
okay.
couple years ago and got her a new diamond and stuff. I got a pass for about 3 years now.
I would say so. Now you and I both grew up with somewhat humble beginnings. So I grew up in the Midwest, and you grew up in a small town.
Mhm.
And what's interesting is that you had live music that played. Is it Lanier Music Park? Is
Yeah,
that where you?
it was called Lanierland, and in Gainesville, Georgia, there's a big lake called Lanier Lake. So yeah, they had this big concert hall there. It's kind of an amphitheater type thing. My parents used to take me to shows there all the time, and my parents were country music lovers too.
And then there was a famous moment in your journey where you met somebody really quite famous, and it was because your dad had a conversation with somebody and got you backstage somewhere.
Yeah, I was. My parents were, Wayland fans, and I became a Wayland fan. And so Hell's Angels used to do security for him. And my mom and dad got to talking to one of them and told him that I liked Wayland. They said, "Well, bring Tommy down here." But after the show, said Wayland loves kids, and I'll take him back there and meet him. So that's how it all started.
And did you know at the time that he was as famous as he was when you met him, or he was just someone that you thought was talented?
Both. I
Okay.
mean, yeah. I knew he was famous and all that, but yeah, and I wasn't like nervous to meet him or anything. I just thought it was really cool. So
And now you have some new music that came out that was recorded a while back.
yeah, I call it my new old record. No, it was Waylon and Jerry Bridges, his bass guitar player, that had produced a lot of the stuff for him, like America and Drinking and Dreaming and all that. They took me in the studio in the late '80s, and I was just a kid, still a teenager, and started recording stuff. And then they recorded stuff with me on up through the late '90s, and so it never came out for whatever reason. Waylon passed away in 2002, and so the stuff just kind of laid around until Chuck Rhodes at BFD Audium, Craig Campbell, um, mentioned that to him, and he's like, "You got what?" So
You
that's how it
got
all
gold on there.
started. Yeah,
Just need to polish it up like a diamond. I mean, and
exactly.
it could
Yeah.
be beautiful.
So yeah, we went back in and redid some vocals and just some stuff here and there, but I mean it's all the original stuff on it, and Waylon's playing on it and singing on it and all that. So yeah, that was a fun time, and it's so funny. In different interviews now that I've done, it's like stuff is coming back to me of what happened and different things and all that. So yeah, it's been
Share,
fun
share with
talking about it.
us. Share with us one of those memories that's coming back for you.
Well, it was so funny. The first time I went, the first time I went in to record the night before, and we'd driven up from Georgia, and my parents, and so we were all at Cracker Barrel eating dinner, and so all of a sudden after dinner, I'm feeling like sick or something. So I run in the bathroom and lose my supper, and I'm thinking, oh no, because we're going in the studio tomorrow. So anyway, went back to the hotel, and Jigger Jerry had to take me to Baptist Hospital like in the middle of the night to get a shot because I was just, sick. I don't know if it was food poisoning or
Or
whatever.
jitters,
Yeah, I
maybe.
thought that was what it was, maybe, and just, underlying, and I wasn't admitting it or something. So the session was at 10 o'clock the next morning. And so I was going to be all tough and everything. I get up and, I just feel like crap. And go in there and I think we did 2 or 3 takes on something. Waylon was like, maybe let's just come back tomorrow. But he that whole week we recorded, he nicknamed me the throw up kid.
Oh
But
no.
anyway, we came back the next day and all was good. So yeah.
So through the years, you became friends with their family, but you've toured a lot. You've been a successful musician for a long
Yeah, I
time
mean,
now.
we've had a couple record deals that didn't work out or whatever. For whatever, I think I was probably too country. I don't know, but 2008, the Waylon's band, got back together, and they called it Waymore's Outlaws at that time, and so we started touring with them, and they asked me to be the front man, and there's no way to fill Waylon Jennings' shoes at all. and I was kind of nervous about that. But I did it in my own way, and I didn't try to be a Waylon copy or whatever. So I did those songs as if I was doing them myself, and Jesse and the family really appreciated that. And then we toured with Shooter 4 or 5 years, and Jesse would come out with us and play every once in a while, and with different people. So yeah, it's just kind of always been around the Jennings clan. For some reason, it just all worked out.
And they always say sometimes family are the friends that, no, friends are the family that we choose for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
right? And,
Yeah.
and it feels like that. You become one of their family. And tonight we're here at Country Music Cruise, and it feels like family. Like everybody on this ship are just so friendly, and I don't know, it feels good.
It does. This is my first time on this particular cruise, and it's like, yeah, everybody's just so friendly, and the staff is nice, and I appreciate them having me and y'all having me.
And you have a nice hat and you have nice boots.
Yeah,
So
I got this hat the other day. I bought a new hat back, gosh, in 2012 or something like that. That thing was about worn out, so I had to break down a couple months ago and buy me a new hat.
you deserve one. So, and I have some new boots. So, new boots, new hats. I know that you had a very tremendous following increase when you released one of your first singles. That was exciting.
Yeah, we had there was a little record that was on Spotify or whatever that Shooter had produced a few years ago, and we had like 109 listeners or something, and then it jumped 44,000 or something like that.
And now it's way over that. It's exciting, and the new album is out. You have, I guess, 10 different songs. Is there a favorite song you have on that?
Gosh, there's several favorite songs on it. I didn't write any of the songs on it because I was so young back then, but it's songs that was written by Dean Dillon, Roger Murrah, Fred Noblock, and Troy Seals and Waylon. And so I can't really pick a favorite one, I don't think. Okay. But yeah, it's just I like them all for different reasons. So but yeah, you can go to TommyTownsendMusic.com and get a copy.
Find out where you can get it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
exciting.
yeah.
When you were a young boy, did you ever dream that this was going to be your journey? Is this kind of what you wanted when you were a kid, like in second grade?
No, back then I was into football really heavy.
Okay.
My dream at that point was playing football for the Georgia Bulldogs. But anyway, I've always played music, and it wasn't until I was probably 12 years old or 13 years old that I actually saw Waylon, and it's like that's what I want to do right there.
And then you knew.
Yeah.
And your dad, I read that your dad also loved country music and that he played, was it a Gibson? And you brought him on stage for something really special.
I did. Yeah, I did a thing several years ago at the Ryman, and it was honoring Kitty Wells, and they had asked me to do a song, and I told my dad, I said, you need to go out there and play with me, and he's like, oh no, I hadn't played in years, but yeah, I said, Dad, take your old guitar. He's got an old J45 Gibson, a 1947 model, and he said, no, you play my guitar. And I said, no, Dad, you come and play.
Wow.
And so that if I never did anything else in country music or music at all, that was all worth it right there, is have my dad on stage with me at the Ryman Auditorium.
It must have been such a beautiful, magical moment.
It was. And he was offered a job with Bill Monroe back in the 50s, and he turned it down. I think him and my mom had just gotten married, and I think
wanted something safer at the time for you and for them. Yeah.
I know he told me later, he said, if I'd known I was going to, have a son that was going to grow up and play music, he said, I wish I would have done it just to, tell me about the experiences or whatever. So, but yeah, it's all good.
Share that together. And sharing and family. I know you also have like a distillery, right? You create a little something that tastes good.
Yeah, that just kind of fell in my lap a few years ago to do. It's my grandfather's 90-year-old moonshine recipes. And we honored him this year with coming out with a 5-year whiskey, and we make do vodka and all that too. But yeah, that's in my hometown of Blairsville, Georgia. Yeah,
that's nice. So it's good sometimes to go home. Sometimes when I go home, I actually go swing on the swings. I grew up in St. Louis. I go to my grade school, like Walker School, and I actually still get on the swing and swing. So sometimes there's something about touching the dirt from home.
I know. And when I go to the distillery, I have to work.
It's like, you got to work.
Bottling moonshine or whatever.
Well, continued success to you, and it was a joy to have you on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Stay tuned for more. Check out his website. I'm a fan, and I'm sure you will be too. Thanks for watching.